hit the national level on TV in a big way at ESPN for 8 years, including 6 on First Take with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith.
What are you doing here?
It's ESPN First Take, the hottest sports debate show in America.
That's good.
I'm Rob Parker.
You're not Rob Parker.
In for Jay Crawford.
You're not Jay Crawford.
Skip Bayless to my left, Stephen A. Smith to my right. And Skip, you're right, and this is where I separate with my brethren, because you know I'm a Hall of Fame baseball voter, and I hold this honor. I take it very seriously. I don't just vote for people and all this, and I voted for McGuire the whole time since he's been on the ballot, and I know I'm in the minority, but the same thing, Barry Bonds deserves to be a first ballot. This whole idea that you're going to punish him and hold him out. The Baseball Hall of Fame and the writers are in a position right now where they are going to, Skip, make the Baseball Hall of Fame irrelevant and meaningless if they continue this path of destruction, which is to ignore what went on during that time and just penalize the handful of guys who set records. It's not fair. And everybody keeps, it's not. Because just like you said, have we ever taken a test of how many guys? Barry Bonds was probably the norm, not the exception, which they try to make him out to be, because as many pitchers have been caught with it as well. So you were facing pitchers who were on the juice, right?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's a justification of it, but it is name calling.
It's not name calling. It's a creative license that we get as journalists and as sports writers. It's a part of what we do. It is. Skip is right. You try to grab or take hold. I'm guilty of it. Jerry Walker, the former Tiger general manager, his nickname was Dr. Doolittle. That's what I wrote.
He did a little.
Right. He didn't make the trades that the Tigers needed.
So you're not guilty of it. You should be proud of it.
Right. And that was a name that stuck. And I didn't look at it. I didn't attack him for being overweight or bald or whatever.
And Skip never does that either.
You talk about name calling. That's not name calling to me.
Let me ask you this, Rob. Let me ask you this, though, because we are, in a sense, we're in a time now where one of our big problems with young kids is bullying and the use of a name calling. If you don't like that nickname and you tell me you don't like it and I continue to use it, am I crossing a line?
See, to me, the only way I would look at that is if it's something, and we talked about it before, if you're calling somebody a name like a female or even Bill Parcells.
Rob, if you find it offensive. If you find it offensive.
When we're the receiver.
You call Terry Glenn.
Terry Glenn, that's what that. Okay, so yes, you could be offended in that sense. Because now you're going somewhere else.
Now you're offensive
Rob,
women.
You're falling into the trap. 2 traps I saw right now. One is you're moving the line because what you find offensive, someone else may not, or vice versa. And the second thing you said, which reminds me of all the times throughout history when people were stuck and not evolving mentally and with their psychology, is that's the way we do it. In media, you can never have an explanation that is not looking towards the positive or to the next level of saying, oh, well, that's just the way it's done. Have you not heard that? And you know what connotations that can mean.
I agree.
So for you to sit here and say the justification of doing something is because that's the way we do it and point to references, that's not right.
That's the creative license that we have when you're a columnist. When they hire you as a columnist, and that's what Skip and I are built on, commentators. Yes. That's what they hire. That's what they hire you for.
I understand that.
Okay. I totally disagree, Skip, and I applaud the Jets for not reaching back for this little. Hey, let's Tim Tebow save us and let's throw Mark Sanchez under the bus and go forward.
He already got rolled over by the bus 5 times.
But you already, all the numbers you talk about last year and all that stuff, and even this year and how low Sanchez ranks, it tells you even more, Skip, how much they don't believe in Tim Tebow. Because all the signs point to giving Tim Tebow a chance because the team has stalled and the team has struggled.
Well, what happened in Denver? Same thing?
But for players to come out and say, no, we don't want this guy, he can't help us, tells me all I need to know, that they're not convinced the National Football League's not. I don't care how many games you talk about Denver. I don't care about the playoff win against Pittsburgh. I don't care.